Hello, welcome to Lifted Hypnosis, a live hypnotherapy podcast. My name is Russell Alfaro, and I'll be your host. We're here at Lifted Hypnosis to bring information to the community, you, about hypnotherapy, to be able to combat some of those myths and fears regarding hypnosis. On our show, we're going to work with real people with real issues and have them actually go under hypnosis right here in the BD local podcast studio. We also will have other featured guests that will come on the show and talk about how they have used hypnotherapy to overcome and reach different heights. Also, they will talk about how they utilize hypnotherapy in their business practice. So, come along with us. Stay tuned for a great show. Let's get lifted.
Hey guys, welcome. It's Saturday. I'm with my good friend Russ here. Russ, man, what are we doing here today, man?
Well, we're getting ready to start a new live hypnotherapy podcast.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
So, if you guys don't know, I'm the owner of the BD Local Podcast Network, and we do just a great job of just bringing in so many different types of podcasts, different types of businesses that come through these doors, and I'm just blessed to have Russ here on board with us. We originally met at Ignite U a handful of months ago, and so just blessings to all those guys over at Ignite U. So thank you, and thank you for connecting us, Bob McCluskey. But today we have just a special treat. Russ is starting his new podcast, and it's going to be live hypnotherapy. We have a handful of things that we're going to be bringing to you today. Do you want to talk about the contest first?
Well, first, let me give a shout out.
Yeah, let's do the shout outs, man.
Got to give the shout outs.
Got to give the shout outs, right?
Right. So, like I said, we want to welcome everybody to our live hypnotherapy podcast. This is really huge, and it is a blessing to be here in the BD podcast local studio. So, the first shout out I'd like to give is to God that's in my life and everything that I do. My wife, Amanda Alfaro. Probably when the show first started, you heard the song Lifted. She wrote that song, and that's her singing. All my children, my mother-in-law, Bernie Hinckley Allison, Jason Tidlow, Joe Allison, my father-in-law, Marianne Allison, Gigi Spartan with Juice, Beauty, and Barber. Got to keep me looking good.
Yeah.
And she's located in Tacoma. Davies Chilwa from Channel A TV and DC Production, longtime friend. Adam Berman, he's a filmmaker with Berman Films. We got here HMI, School of Hypnosis, John, George, and Susie Kappas, and all the instructors out at HMI for all your knowledge that you've given me that brought me this far. I also want to give a shout out to Bishop Castile, Bishop Banks, Paul Harrop, Cliff Massey, Hans Zeiger, Melvin Butner, Keith Barsh, and I'm probably messing up some of the names, I'm sorry. And also Jay Bellamy from Bellamy Music. Okay. He's the one that's did all our music for ICANN Foundation and also for the Lifted Hypnosis, the music arranger. And of course, and at least all our Facebook friends. Now also, at last, we'd like to give thanks to Tim and Sadie Marlowe for even having this platform.
You're welcome, man. It's been a blessing. And, the blessing comes from being able to pull us out of this situation and allow you to shine in what you do best. And so, you have this talent, this gift of what we'll actually be seeing a little bit later. So definitely tune into the entire program today. We'll have something special for you guys.
Entire program.
But yeah, it kind of allows us to pull us out of the situation, allow you to shine in what you do best.
Yes.
So let's get to it.
Okay.
What else we got for the agenda today?
Well, let's talk a little bit about BD podcast. So how did you start BD podcast?
Sure. So the BD Local podcast came through when actually last October, I had a friend that was part of our church group, and he was really wanting to have a sponsor for his radio show, and so we made a meeting. That's when I first met Bob McCluskey at KLAY 1180 AM.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great conversation with him, and he was like, well, why don't you just start your own show? And I'm like, I have an app. I don't know what you want me to do about a show, but all I can do is just show an app. And he was like, that app has people in it. I'm like, you know what? We've already been doing this.
Already been doing it.
So last year on Art on the Avenue, on the 6th Avenue Business District, we interviewed our local people that were on our app and gave them a half an hour to shine in what they do best, on the entire event. And so we're like, that's what our show's going to be about. And so we bring to life our digital world on our app. And so we started with radio last November 8th. And so this has literally been 7 months in the making, blessed by the best, right? But if it wasn't for that leap of faith going into radio and just trying to help somebody else out, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
We wouldn't be already now impacting over 80,000 locals on social media. It's crazy.
And so where can they find this show?
Okay, for sure. So this show and all of our other shows, we broadcast live on our BD Local Media page. The post-production edit, so you can hear all the intros of his wife and all the special sponsors that help us stay on board with all this, all their commercials and stuff, all that post-production edit. If you don't see it now in the ticking of the little ticker right there, then you get to see it on our app. And so download the BD Local app for iOS, Backseat Driver for the Android system. And if you have any questions, just reach out on Facebook to us. We are extremely active on social media. So, and then if you have this guy in your friends list, then, reach out to him, ask us, and we know how to get you in the right spot. So
outstanding. Now, we have something special for all our listeners out there and all our viewers. So, Tim, can you tell me a little bit about?
Yeah. So Russ is he is just an amazing guy here. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing husband, and I'm so blessed to have you in our life. But he's going to be blessing all of you as well. Okay. So listen in. So I'm going to give you a phone number for a caller. So for those that are listening in, write down this number, 253-780-6061. Again, that's 253-780-6061, and that's for the 10th caller. And the 10th caller is going to get
$100
Visa gift card.
Visa gift card.
So these are things that we want to be able to introduce to you guys. We want you to get excited about hypnotherapy. We want you to get excited about podcasting because there's so much we can do for you guys, and we just want to be able to share the love. Thank you for tuning in, and we got more to come too, right?
And in order to get the 10th caller, you have to listen to the phrase. When you hear the phrase mindset, start dialing in. And the 10th caller will get that $100 gift card.
Boom.
Also, we have another gift card.
Yeah. So those that are watching live and that will be watching this actually after the live session, so we're actually going to be gaining some viewer interaction as well because we know you can see us, right? And so those that are watching live also listen in for that word mindset. When you hear it, not currently right now, after we get started, right? So not currently right now, but when you hear that word mindset, be the first one to type it in. Get on your iPhone, your Android, or your computer. Be watching us live on Facebook through the BD Local Media page. And when you hear that word mindset, type it in, and you get, boom, another $100 gift card. So definitely check everything out. We have gift cards to be able to give away, and we have even a more special treat because even though the gift cards are absolutely amazing. They enhance our life. It's a way for us to say thank you. But we have even a more special treat because we believe here that hypnosis is just a transformational tool to allow us to open up just new assets on our mind. And so with that being said, the first one to actually redeem their wonderful prize of the $100 gift card, you are also given a 2-hour free session gift certificate with Lifted Hypnosis right here. So we have a ton going on. We have a gift card for the callers, so make sure you write down that number. I believe the number is in the scrolling text as well. For those that are watching us, make sure you type in that mindset word. But the key word is mindset. When you hear the word mindset, through Russ here in the next handful of minutes, probably between the next 30 to 45 minutes, we will be saying this word, right? At some point.
I gotta make sure I don't say it a lot.
But anyway, so tune in. So if you're listening, call. If you're watching, type it up. And we want to be able to help you even outside of this. And that's what that gift certificate's about.
That's right.
All right, what else we got going on?
So, Tim, tell me a little bit about what you thought about hypnosis before and what you think about it now.
Sure. Hypnosis prior to you was, I don't know, I knew it existed. I knew that there is extreme value with it, but I was never approached to it in a way where this was a solution. This was an additional tool to help me. I was never introduced to it that way. The first way that it was actually introduced to me was that my wife, Sadie, and I are pregnant. And so since this whole thing, you start collecting things from her chiropractor, so thank you, Brilliant Life Chiropractic, and from friends and families and stuff like that, like clothes and little, baby boppers and all these little things. But one of those things was a hypnobirthing book. And I was just like, are we gonna read this? Like, we gonna do this? And so that was mainly the first introduction to me. And then literally within I think it was about a week, we actually connected, and you were in the studios here, and we were getting it on a more deeper level, and you opened up my eyes to now what I believe can truly help out. And we'll go over a handful of them, and this is just a start of it, but almost 150 plus ways that you can use hypnotherapy.
That's right.
To cure, assist, or anything that you need to accomplish here in life. And I know that we'll go over a handful of those different techniques later and what we can cure. But that before, I don't think I was stuck in the mindset of you hypnotizing me and me going on camera and balking like a chicken or something like that. I totally understand that's mainly a Hollywood type of idea. And so I didn't have that funny side of hypnotherapy. I knew that it was definitely a tool. I have a medical background, and so I just I encourage anything that, if you're not having to take medication, then I think it's a great way to at least check out and explore yourself.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of those myths a little bit.
Yeah.
So one of the things, a lot of individuals, some individuals believe that hypnosis, we control you, we make you do all this kind of things, right? And a lot of them have seen the movie Get Out.
Okay.
Or they've been to a live show.
Sure.
And I don't, the live shows is for entertainment. So we have some great hypnotists and hypnotherapists out there that do a lot of great shows, to bring the information out to the individuals. One of the things I think that is lacking a little bit is some of the actual hypnotherapy session that some people just don't know about.
Right.
And so one of the misconceptions, we can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. I can't put you in hypnosis and say, I want you to go to your bank, clean out your bank, bring me all the money back here.
Right.
Don't tell Sadie.
She'd get that push notification.
Okay. So that won't
Yeah,
work.
it doesn't happen that way.
And also, when you go under hypnosis, you are conscious. You hear everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So you're not asleep, like traveling to some outer universe and then coming back.
Right.
Is that your
Yeah, I mean,
experience?
I totally agree. When I was, when I had gone over here, and I was having some back issues, so this is something that I learned, pain management with hypnotherapy. So, just to trickle on what I was talking about earlier with pharmaceutical drugs, I mean, that's just usually the easy handout is, some sort of muscle relaxer. But after a handful of sessions of massage therapy and hypnotherapy with you, I mean, it truly opened up my mind. I mean, it was, I was sitting up. I wasn't in this nice comfy chair, but we were sitting up, and I was. It's definitely a deep relaxation of meditation. So anybody that's used to meditating, anything like that, very, very similar, but he just gives you a little boost of confidence for your brain to kind of work with things that you didn't know that you could work with. And so if I wanted to get up and walk away, I could. I heard things. I heard outside noise. I knew Russ was sitting next to me the entire time. In spatial aspect, I knew exactly where I was. I wasn't like you said, I wasn't drifting off to
somewhere in the universe.
I knew it. I knew that I was still in the studios here. So yeah, I mean, it was it's transparent as much as possible.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the stuff that hypnosis is used for.
Okay.
Now, the first thing is, if anybody comes to us that that has a mental disorder, anything that's covered in the DSM-5, we want them to get a doctor's referral or a psychologist's referral. And that's not to give us permission to do hypnosis, but when we're dealing with anything on the mental health realm, we want to make sure that we are in close contact with the doctors and the physicians and so forth. Or maybe if you have not gone to a doctor or a physician, and we recognize that, we will ask that you get a doctor referral first before we proceed. Okay. So now there's a lot of other things that we do work with, and we're going to name off some of the things here. So get your ears ready, and maybe these are some of the things that you just never thought about that you can use hypnotherapy for. So you can use hypnotherapy for abandonment issues, addiction, ADD, ADHD, age regression, anesthesia, if you're going into surgery, anger, anxiety, assertiveness, healing, attitude adjustment, bedwetting, biofeedback, breathing.
So this helps on multiple levels, multiple ages.
Yes.
Okay.
Multiple.
I saw bedwetting, so I'm like, I feel like I'm outside that age, but
yes.
it could happen. Okay, keep going, man. All right, bedwetting. No.
Bedwetting. Okay. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Okay,
later.
I appreciate it.
All right. Change habits, career success, childbirth.
Yeah.
Hey. Controlling, cramps, craving, creativity, death or loss, discouragement. We also do dream therapy.
Wow.
Handwriting analysis. And one day, one of the shows, we'll talk a little bit more about handwriting analysis. Fears of doctors, failure, flying, fear of heights.
Man, we got a ton going on here. Fear of loss of control, fear of needles, fear of success, which is terrible. If you want to be successful in life and you fear that, come see this guy.
Yes.
Fear of surgery, like what we were talking about earlier. Fear of water. You're 98% water. If you're fearing water, come see us. Come see him, not me. Come see us at him. Forgiveness, frustration, gambling, guilt, headaches. I mean, I can't imagine going through, just hours worth of headaches and just saying it's just normal. It's not normal.
Yes.
Yeah, come help us. Let us help you. Helplessness, hostility, hypertension. Wow, you're fixing. Wow.
Yes.
Immune system, which totally helps out everything else. improved health, sales, insecurity, insomnia, jealousy, lack of ambition. So if you're just down in the dumps, come see them. Lack of direction, enthusiasm, lower blood pressure, medication side effects like we were talking about earlier, memory or even mistrust. What else we got?
Oh, yes. Moodiness, motivation. If you need that little kick in there, we can help you with that.
Let's get it.
Nail biting, nausea, negativity, nightmares.
Oh, wow.
Obsession, obsessive compulsive, overheating, overcritical, pain management. That's a huge one. Panic attack, passive aggression, past life aggression, phobias, fears, problem solving, PTSD.
Oh man, that's huge.
And that's not just for soldiers. We have individuals that maybe been incarcerated or that has been through a trauma in their life, and they're living with PTSD on a daily basis. Relationship enhancement, that communication. Why my wife or my husband or my partner just don't understand me.
Right. That's not a good enough excuse anymore.
No. We can work with that.
Come hang out with us.
Sadie, did you hear that? Relaxation.
Oh man.
Resistance, and that's what relaxation. That's what we're going to do with you today.
Okay.
Self-awareness, self-blame, self-confidence,
self-control, self-criticism, self-esteem, self-forgiveness, self-imagery, sexual problems, shame, skin issues, sleep disorders, smoking. I used to take Chantix, if I can say that legally. I don't know if I can or not, but off the record if I couldn't. But
off the record.
But smoking, I wish I would have had that 6-8 years ago when I quit smoking.
It is amazing. You know, I have clients that come in and they're smoking 3 or 4 packs a day.
Oh my gosh.
And all of a sudden, within the first week, they drop down to maybe 3 or 4 a day.
Oh wow.
And then when they come back, they're done.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Stage fright, social phobia. So if you're an introvert, stubbornness, study habits, anything from tardiness, temptation.
Okay, wait. Can we go back real quick?
Yeah.
Tim, are you stubborn? Okay, we go work on that.
It depends on if I had the captain's hat on today or not. Test anxiety, tics, trauma, ulcers, victimization, weight loss, worry, and writer's block. So how can they get a hold of all this? I know we rambled off a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah.
Contact Russ here if you have any issues. If any of that, 1, 2, or even a half a dozen, you're like, I need help with any of that, contact Russ. There's a phone number here. Let us know what we can do to help.
You can also find us on Psychology Today.
Okay.
And also on our website at liftedhypnosis.com.
Okay.
Now, let's talk a little bit about. I almost said the phrase "it pays." I almost said it. Almost said it. I know you guys are waiting. I almost said it. You almost got me. All right. So let's talk a little bit about how the mind works.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is very important. Okay. So basically, the process on how we learn, right? We learn through identification. I'm gonna look at my cheat back here. Association and response. So we identify different things in our life, we associate it with different things, and we respond. So for an example, let's use music. Music. You can identify a certain song. Give me a song this comes to you.
of course, you put me on the spot.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, like I'm on camera
Yes.
or something right now.
Yes.
A Million Dreams.
A million. Oh, wow, that's one of mine.
Right?
A Million Dreams.
A Million
all right?
Dreams.
What do you associate that with?
Being with my family.
Okay.
Being with my daughter and wife, watching The Greatest Showman, and then just singing it in the shower with my daughter.
Yeah.
If she's in the shower, we're in the kitchen, and she's just belching away. It's just those types of moments that we just cherish, and so that's something I thought of.
Did you see how he was smiling and his foot was, I don't know if you can see his
Yeah,
foot
you
down
can.
here.
It was
His
moving.
foot started tapping and everything, right? So what did you feel when you started talking about that and thinking about that?
Yeah.
What were you feeling inside?
Joy.
Joy. Right? So we got joy, and then we have those little feelings. Sometimes we got a little tingling sensation that goes on.
Sure.
Maybe our heart rates raise up a little bit, right? So that's the response that we get from that when we hear that song. So now, if you could kind of see my egg here. So this is going to represent the brain. And for those of you that are listening and cannot see what I'm doing, I just drew a big circle. And at the bottom of the circle, I'm going to draw a little half moon, kind of like what you see on a baseball, the stitch on the bottom of a baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And in that area, this is part of the mind. This is called the primitive mind. This is something that when we're born, we're all born with this.
Mm-hmm.
And in this primitive mind, we have what we call the fight and flight response.
Mm-hmm.
So when situations happen, we either gonna fight it, run away from it. So that's just response is gonna be triggered.
So those are things we can't even control.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So when the fight and flight gets triggered, then it triggers the make sure I can write here on camera.
That's good.
The sympathetic nervous system. So what we were talking about before, when you were talking about the music, the song, all of a sudden it started to make you happy. You had a little tingling sensation going on.
Yeah, my little tail started wagging.
You started wagging,
Yeah.
right? So also within this here, we have our reactions to things. So when you were born, you had a reaction for like when you were falling, right? When you fall, or you're being dropped, or if you're loud noise, also loud noise have, right? You had a response to that. So this will get triggered. Then in this area here, as we grow in and start learning different things, we call these knowns. So we have positive knowns, neutral knowns, and negative knowns. And I will explain that to you. So give me a dessert that you like.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
Oh, this is one of them.
Okay. Let's just do cookies.
Okay. Cookies. All right. So a cookie is a positive thing for you.
Yeah, it is.
Right. All right. So the smell of the cookies, right?
Right.
And cookies. Maybe when you were small, you got rewarded with a cookie.
Probably.
Right, and they taste good.
Yeah, they do.
Right? So it is actually a good thing. But now, give me something that you hate.
something that you just, give me a food that you just hate.
Squash.
Squash. Woo! Did you see his nose? How his nose kind of went up a little bit?
Eggplant.
All right. Ooh, eggplant.
Mushrooms.
Ooh, okay.
You're getting them all right now.
So,
mayonnaise.
eggplant. Okay. So, let's go with eggplant.
Okay.
That's a negative thing in his mind. So, this area is called the subconscious. This is the subconscious area. Now, we also have what we call the critical thinking area. This area here develops when we're right around 8 to 9 years old. Okay?
Yeah.
So as we growing, as our brain is developing and we're learning, we're building up all these knowns, or some people call it life scripts. Mm-hmm. And then when, at about 8 and 9, then we start thinking about all these different things, being critical. So for all you parents out there that have 8 and 9-year-olds, prior to that, they're just going off of association. Mm-hmm. But now when it become like 8 and 9 years old, everybody's a little different. Now they're starting to think a little bit. Mm-hmm. This area up here is called the conscious area. Now, in the conscious area, we have willpower, logic, decision making, and reasoning. So in the conscious area, your willpower, logic, decision making, and reasoning. Now, this here, the subconscious, is about 88% of your brain. Conscious is about 12% of your brain. Okay? So now what we do is we have all these message units from the external sight, sound, hearing, experiences, all these message units that's constantly coming into the brain. And when this critical area is acting like a filter, it's allowing certain things to come in and certain things just to go back out, right? So, for example, let's use smoking, or somebody that's smoking. At one part, at some time in their life, maybe they was hanging out with friends, and everybody was smoking. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, when they picked up the cigarette to smoke, everybody, your brain doesn't say, "Oh, that tastes good,"
right?
Because usually you're coughing and choking and everything like that. But as you build up, you keep smoking, it becomes a positive thing. You're hanging out with your friends, association, and then maybe different stress start happening, different things in your life. You run to that cigarette, and all of a sudden it comes an automatic response. You just start doing it. But now we have a problem. Now I want to start looking like Tim. Okay? I want to be able to hump the mountains like Tim, but I don't have the air. I don't have the breath. So in my conscious says, you need to stop smoking. I got the willpower to stop. I'm in control of all this. Right? I made the decision to stop smoking. Logically, I can do it. It's bad for me. But then all of a sudden, something happens, or my friends come around, I smell the smoke or something, and for example, if all of a sudden I'm smoking, and every time a life situation happens, I'm having trouble at home or at work, so I'm running outside to grab that cigarette and smoke. Well, when the trouble starts, the primitive mind, the sympathetic nervous system, when this fear flight gets activated, the sympathetic nervous system starts to take over. That's when you start feeling all this stuff. I got to go do something. And all of a sudden, the sympathetic nervous system says, up here, we need a cigarette. So the subconscious overrides the conscious in order to give you what you need. After you smoke the cigarette, and this says, okay, you got what you need. Now, we call this sympathetic, okay? Parasympathetic is when you return back down to your normal self, right? And then once you do that, then the conscious comes back and says, man, why did I do that?
You big dummy.
You big dummy.
You big dummy.
I said I was going to do this. So basically that's what's going on. In a nutshell, what we do is this. Whatever you want here, if you want to stop smoking, you really want to stop smoking because you want to live longer. You for your wife. Financial burden. It stinks. Whatever it is. We can help you through the process of hypnosis by taking what you want here and putting it down in your subconscious, right? So now your conscious and your subconscious is speaking the same language. And we do that through the process of hypnosis. We're running out of time here a little bit. So on the next show, I will break this down a little bit more and show you what happens when we actually go into the hypnotic stage.
Nice.
Okay? So what I like to do right now is, since we're kind of running on time, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and get the studio set up, and we're going to go into a live hypnotherapy session with Tim here. And also, mindset.
Do it now. Mindset. All right, we'll be breaking. Let's hear those phone calls and see those comments. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Okay, so welcome back to Lifted Hypnosis, the live hypnotherapy podcast. And today, guest, I'm here with the owner of BD Podcast, local Tim Marlowe.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning back with us. Hey, we have a special surprise right now. We actually have a winner to our call-in.
Yes! So, who do we have online? Oh my God.
You told me to tune in. You were adamant.
All right.
So we have Gigi, the hairstylist. She was tuning in. So Gigi, you have won the $100 Visa gift card. Okay?
Yay, that's great. Thank you.
You're so much welcome, and we thank you for tuning in. And I want to hand the phone back over to Sadie Marlowe.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing. We're still waiting on the commentary one too. So that was our phone caller. We're going to get all of our information from our phone caller so we can actually be able to get that Visa gift card out. So if you haven't noticed, we had that main word that was sent out, and it was mindset. It was called, it was there, and now we're waiting on the commentary one as well. So mindset was said. Make sure you write in the comments right now through this live podcast. And if you were was it the first one?
The first one that type in mindset.
First one that types in mindset, you get a $100 Visa gift card. So with that being said, we're going to let all that just happen organically. Sadie's taking the callers in the comments, but we're actually going to get into the next segment. And if we have that final winner, we'll broadcast you live before we leave, okay? So we're going to tune into the next part right now, okay?
Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go into a live hypnotherapy session now. Okay? So, Tim, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and just close your eyes and take in a couple of deep breaths. In There you go. In and out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab your right hand here. Now, I want you to go ahead and look at your hand. Put your hand like that. Okay. And what I want you to do is, I want you to focus on your middle finger right there. Just stare at that finger right quick. Okay. Now, as you're staring at that finger, your fingers are going to begin to spread, separate and spread, separate and spread, wider and wider, further and further apart, separating, further and further apart, spreading, separating, further and further apart. There you go. With every breath now, separating, further and further apart, separating, further and further apart. Go ahead and stare at that finger. Now, does the hand look like it's moving in closer to your face or your arm?
I feel like it's coming close to my face.
Your arm or your hand?
I don't know. Something's coming closer to my face.
Okay. Go ahead and stare at your hand. Now, as your hand moves in closer and closer, closer and closer, with every breath, your eyes are going to get heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier. You feel like a magnet is pulling in your hand towards your face. And it's getting closer and closer, closer and closer, closer and closer. Feel that magnetic pull in your hand coming into your face. And your eyes are getting heavier and heavier with every breath now. Every breath. And as soon as the hand makes skin contact, you are going to a nice, deep, relaxed state. Closer and closer, closer and closer, closer and closer. The magnetic's pulling in closer and closer, and you're getting deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. There you go. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. As the hand keeps pulling in. Now your head is beginning to drop down now. Your head is getting heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, and deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you for the purpose of hypnosis and with your permission, you enter into the state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, and deeply, and the physical body will relax. Now, I'm going to take you down just a little bit deeper now. I'm going to reverse the count from 5 down to 0, and just allow your body to go down a little bit deeper in this nice, relaxed state. 5, we're starting to go down now. Deeper and deeper. 4, mentally relaxing and letting go. 3 is an emotional calmness. 2, you are mentally relaxing now. 1, going deeper and deeper, and 0, deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you for the purpose of hypnosis and with your permission, you will enter into the state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, and deeply, and the physical body will relax. Now, we're going to go down just a little bit deeper. And this time, when I count from 5 down to 1, you're going to notice your eyelids getting really, really heavy. Really, really relaxed. So relaxed that when I ask you to open them, you would not be able to open up your eyes because it would just feel so comfortable and relaxed. 5 now. Going down deeper. Really, really relaxed now. 4. Mentally relaxing with every breath now. 3. Eyelids really, really heavy now. Really, really heavy and relaxed. 2. Going down deeper now. 1. Really, really relaxed. And 0. Deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you for the purpose of hypnosis, with your permission, you will enter into the state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, deeply, and the physical body will relax. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to open up your eyes, but you won't be able to open up your eyes because your eyes are so relaxed now. Go ahead and try. Okay, you can stop trying now. Now, in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to open up your eyes. And when I do, we're going to push the seat back and you're going to get really, really comfortable. And then we're going to count you back down again. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Eyes open. Eyes open. Okay, let's go ahead and move you back now. All the way back. Okay, go ahead and get comfortable. Now, I want you to open your eyes and stare at my pen, the silver part of your pen now. And as you stare at this pen, as the pen goes closer and closer, your eyes will get heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier. And when you want to, just go ahead and close them, heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, in deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you for the purpose of hypnosis, so with your permission, you enter into the state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, deeply, and the physical body will relax. Now, we're going to take some of this maybe stress and pain out of your body. We're going to start with your feet. Any pain or tension or stress that you feel in your feet area, we're going to go ahead and move it all the way up to your ankles. And any pain and tension and stress that you feel in your ankles, we're going to go ahead and move it up your legs now. And any pain and tension and stress that you feel in your legs, we're going to move it all the way up to your kneecaps now. Now I'm putting my coat over you because I didn't bring a blanket. And any stress and pain and tension that you feel in your kneecaps, we're going to move it all the way up to your thighs now. Any pain and tension or stress that you have in those thighs, we're going to move it all the way up to your hips now. And any pain and tension that you have in your hips, we're going to move it all the way up to the small part of your back, the lower part of your back now. And any pain and tension and stress that you have in your stomach, we're going to move all the way, we're going to move it all the way up to your chest now. And any pain and tension and stress that you have in your chest, we're going to move it all the way up to the back of your neck now. And any pain and tension and stress that you have in your lower back, we're going to move it all the way up to your upper back now. And any pain and tension and stress that you may feel in your left hand, your left wrist, your left arm, we're going to move it all the way up to your left shoulder now. And any pain and tension that you have in your left shoulder, we're going to move it all the way to the back of your neck now. Any pain and tension that you have in your eyes, nose, mouth, ears, in your head, we're going to move it down to the back of your neck now. And any pain and tension that you have in the back of your neck, we're going to put it into the right shoulder now. And in that pain that you still have in the back of your back, we're going to move it up to that right shoulder. Now, before we put all that into your right arm, I'm going to count you down a little bit deeper. All the sounds that you hear around you, it just causes you to go a little bit deeper into this nice relaxed state. Just listen to my voice. 10 now, going down deeper. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you for the purpose of hypnosis, or with your permission, you'll enter into a state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, deeply, and the physical body will relax. Now, I'm going to grab a hold of your right arm and just relax. Now, we're going to take all of that tension that we put in your right arm, in your right shoulder, and we're going to move it down into this right arm now. And this right arm is going to get really stiff, really, really tight now. Really, really stiff and tight. Stiff like a steel bar. All of that pain, all of that tension in this arm now that we moved into from out of the body. And this arm is really, really tight now. Really, really tight. Tight and stiff now. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to bend your arm, but you won't be able to bend that arm because all that pain and tension is in that arm. Go ahead and try. Now, in a count of 3, we're going to release all of that pain and tension out of your body. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3, release. There you go. Really good. Really, really good now. Really, really good now. Now, before I bring you back up, we talked about you being focused in everything that you do. And from this day on, you're going to be really, really focused and goal oriented. And you will not let anything take you away from that. It is time to grow. This is your time now. And you're going to notice that each and every day, this feeling is going to increase each and every day. Now, each time I suggest deep sleep to you, you will sleep deeply, soundly, and quickly to this depth or even deeper. And the hypnotic sleep, like your dream sleep, is a time for your mind and body to vent out any of those unwanted thoughts, feelings, or ideals that are no longer beneficial to you. It is now, and also you're going to notice that your tolerance for stress is even going to grow stronger. Now, I'm going to reverse the count from 0 to 5. 0 always represents deep sleep. 5, we're going to wake up. Now, you may notice as we're coming back up, you may start to have a little grin on your face. And that grin may even turn to a smile because this felt so relaxing, so good. So now, it's time to come back up out of the state of hypnosis, feeling very calm and relaxed and focused. 0, let's shut the door to the subconscious mind. 1, slowly and calmly coming back up out of a state of hypnosis. And now you may even have a little grin on your face now. 2, physically aware and mentally alert. And that grin may even start turning into a little smile now. 3, coming up even higher now. 4, eyes beginning to opening. And 5, eyes open, wide awake, wide awake. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. Welcome back. Give me a couple seconds there. Hi. Wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
This chair is comfortable, man.
Wait a minute. It was me, not the chair. Oh my gosh. All right. So
Wow.
give you a couple seconds there, then you could tell the our audience what you went through. Actually, before you do that. So basically, what we did was I did a deepening technique, and when I started with the finger testing, on our next show, I will talk a little bit about how people think and how they receive information. I want to know how I can speak to his subconscious because everybody is a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So with me doing the finger, we call it the finger spread. First time I gave him little suggestions. The second time I did not give him any suggestions. I just want to see what he was going to do. With that, so those are different tools that we can utilize to kind of figure out how to speak to your subconscious.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Once we did that, then we went ahead and took him down, and a nice deep relaxation, and pretty much, I'll show you on our next show. We open up that critical thinking area. We triggered the fear of flight. We triggered that. The critical area broke down, and you were ready. You were really hyper focused. And then we went into.
So you kind of created like a funnel.
Yes, an access point.
Little portal.
A portal,
Nice.
Exactly. So tell the audience.
Well, I'm relaxed. It's an enjoyable experience. You got to, with the line of work that Sadie and I are in, from being parents, you're a parent, from owning a business to, trying to, it seems like, make the entire world happy. There's a lot of stress that comes along with that. And I'm excited about being able to become a better person because of what you're able to help me unlock. And the thing is, I had it all along. I just needed some help. And so I appreciate it, man. I'm relaxed. I don't want to use the same words, but I feel focused. Like I have an 8-foot whiteboard at the house.
Oh Lord!
That I feel there's about to be column after column with goals right now. We have a grind, but man, that's how.
Man, I should have tuned it down a little bit. So, were you able to hear me?
Oh yeah, I heard you the entire time.
So you didn't go to no other universe?
No, I mean I was relaxed. I was trying to just follow every word that you were telling me to do, to a point where your body just goes in a relaxation mode, and I hear everything he's talking about. That's how I can respond, but I'm not in such a deep sleep that I'm like, you can't even, you're not going to have any function with me at that point.
Right.
So there's definitely that midway point, that subconscious that you're trying to unlock.
And you probably see the thing that I did with the arm. Basically, I'm checking his level of how deep he is, right? Because so throughout the session, we want to check and see how deep a person is. So if they're actually receiving the suggestions,
Yeah.
or sometimes it may be, sometimes people just go way deep down and we got to bring them back up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, during that point itself, I could feel like little nuances actually moving throughout my body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I had them before, but it was like, okay, I felt that in my ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt something from I had major lower back tension.
Mm-hmm.
I started to kind of feel that move up my back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you finally threw everything in my right shoulder, I'm like, you're trying to take out my whole right shoulder here. But I mean, that whole tension part was me allowing it to happen. Like I wanted that tension to go away. I wanted the pain and the stress to be released. And so it was, I'm there the entire time.
Right.
So,
well, I want to thank you very much for being our first guest. This was really, really huge. And before we sign off, did we have the other person that typed in?
Let's see if we had a winner from that. If not, we'll have to keep that until next week. Checking on the live.
Somebody
Gift card.
type in mindset. This can be yours.
This can be yours.
Right now.
Right now. This can be yours.
Oh, you know what? We can go get something with this.
We could go get something.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to go ahead and sign off now. If somebody type in with that, then we will contact you.
Yeah, we'll contact you. We know your name and information through social media. And first one to type in mindset, you get the $100 gift card. So,
so when is our next show? Or Sadie?
2 Saturdays from today.
Oh, actually, it's the 15th.
Okay.
15th.
So tell all your friends, tell everybody about this show. On the 15th of next month, we will be right back here in the BD Local Podcast.
Right here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Till next time, be the better change in this world. This is Lifted Hypnosis with Russ. Contact him if you need anything. All right? We'll see you guys.
Be lifted.